Hey guys, it's Jeff here. Wanted to get a quick opinion on a situation that happened over the weekend on this car right behind me. Let's take a look. So this past week, I had a salesperson talking to a customer about this car. They know it's a used car. Obviously, it's not going to be the condition of a new car, but let's take a look. As I'm walking around, you can see the condition of the car, and we explained to the customer it was very, very clean, well taken care of vehicle. Now, that being said, customer is coming from a ways away, so the salesperson did their due diligence, made a video for the customer, got them all the Carfax and service information for it, did everything they could to make sure that they were comfortable moving forward with that car. Now the customer has to put a deposit on the car. The way it works here at my store is I don't take a deposit until I know for certain that we have an agreement on everything. That includes the car and that includes the price. Price wasn't an issue. They asked a little bit, but we are priced very aggressively, which I'll show you folks shortly here. But to make sure that we knew the condition was good, like I mentioned, salesperson sent them a video. Customer drives 2 hours. They get here, they see the condition of the car, and they don't like it. Now, as you've seen, in my opinion, this car is really clean for a Hellcat wide body. There's one area that they stuck out the most to the customers like a sore thumb. Let's take a look. Right here you can see there's a little bit of touch-up paint on the car. They pointed out a few other areas on the car, but quite frankly, they're so minor, when I went back, I could not find them. So this here was the big culprit and the largest point of contention. Now, taking a look at that, the customer asked for both a fix to it and money off. I said, well, I'm pulling from the same pool here. I'll happily do what I can. They asked how I plan to fix it. I said, maybe we can buff or wet sand a little bit on that touch-up, or if need be, I'll spray it. I'm happy with that. The other thing I forgot to mention, they were also not comfortable with the window tint on the car. As you can see, there's a little bit of aftermarket tint on it, and they did not want to get hassled or pulled over. We said, no problem. We'll fix that. We'll take the tint off the car. Piece of cake. And I just kept feeling like there was something that they weren't telling us. And I'm not a believer of the old saying that buyers are liars, but I think there was something under the surface. Let me know what you think. The other thing I wanted to point out was here's where I'm priced in the market on this car. Let's take a look. Here's the information for this 2022 Charger SRT Hellcat wide body. It's got about 17,000 miles on it, and like I said, it just hit the lot here. All the data that's out there is saying that in the 250 mile radius we're looking at, the average price should be $76,000. So we should be right around that price. I'm actually $6,000 below that. The average mileage is just under 15. I'm 2,000 miles higher than that. So I think it's very reasonable that if this is a little higher, this should be a little lower, but I think being 6,000 below the average is a gift. In 250 miles, you can see that there's somebody that's got very similar miles that's priced close to the 75 mark, and there's somebody that's got similar miles that's priced even less than me. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't buy that car, but 2 records of service on the Carfax, a minor damage report, and the last odometer reading was at 10 miles. So I think my car is priced really well in the market, and I think the condition is really well, with the exception of the door, which I said was going to be fixed to their satisfaction. I made sure to stress that. Not my satisfaction, their satisfaction. At the end of the day, to try and just make it worth the time that the salesperson put into it, working with them for the past week, I took another $2,000 off the price. So now we're over $8,000 below the market value on this car. A car that looks this good should be worth all the money according to the market out there. But like I said, I wanted to make it work both for the couple that came here with their 2 small kids and the salesperson that put in all the time and effort. At the end of the day, they said, hey, we got to go think about it. And we said, hey, no problem. We're not here much longer. So they said, piece of cake. We'll sit in our car out in the parking lot, and we will talk for a minute privately and then come back in. No problem. Next thing we know, they're pulling off the lot. Now, I'm not entitled to anything in this business. However, if your salesperson works with you for a week, gets you videos, gets you service records, gets you everything you asked for, and then you come in and suddenly turn into a squirrel about something, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that we would like to at least have the courtesy of you telling us to our face, yes, no, not run away. What do you guys think? Was there something that I described that maybe made the customer uncomfortable that I'm not seeing? Was the customer reasonable to leave in such an odd way without even communicating with us further? Was I unreasonable? Were they? Or was it all just a big misunderstanding? Let me know.